Well, it goes back to 1984, which was my second year of operation in Bathgate, and I was so delighted to get the business, the dealership from Ford, that I committed myself to putting stuff back into the community as well. And by accident, I came across the band, and they were very successful, and they were very friendly to myself and my family. And I felt that was the right thing to do, was to try and help them as much as I could. We had a whole pile of different things we had, but the band is a pretty big arrangement.
My name's Ross Harvey. I'm the pipe major of the People's Ford Boghall Bathgate. This is the band's 50th anniversary. The band's actually played in Grade 1 since 1981, so spent most of its competitive career in the top grade, but the first 10 years of the band would have just been working through the grades. Just started as a small teaching programme in Boghall, and then it was always going to be a competition band.
I'm a leading drummer Gordon Brown of the People's Ford Boghall Bathgate Caledonia pipe band. My role in the band is the lead drummer, which is basically taking charge of the drum corps, right all at the material that the drummers are going to play, and obviously I liaise with the pipe major Ross Harvey. I've been with the band since 1976. My first full season was with Boghall, well at that time it was just Boghall and Bathgate Novice Juvenile. We had a Novice Juvenile band, and the current Grade 1 band were actually only in Grade 3. So 1977 was my first full season with the band.
The band actually played for the opening of People's Ford's first dealership about 40 years ago.
It's probably kind of strange, but Bathgate as a community had always been, if you like, tail end Charlie. There was a huge production unit in there, that went away, and there was tremendous unemployment in the city. So therefore, putting it back in the map along with myself seemed like a good idea, and the two came together fabulously well.
I'm retiring as lead drummer, yes. Well, I've got a young lad, Kerr McQuillan. Kerr is he's basically a star. Kerr came up through the system, so he started with like a young boy, and he's won quite a few major juvenile titles, and he just lives and breathes pipe bands, which you really need to have if you want to be the lead drummer of a top Grade 1 band.
So my name's Kerr McQuillan. I play with People's Ford Boghall and Bathgate, and I'm the newly appointed leading drummer of the band. My dad was a tenor drummer in Boghall for over 30 years, played with Gordon and Tom, so I started then at the age of 1 really, just picked up the sticks and I've always loved it. So that's how I got into it. Then I joined the organisation around 7-8 years old, and from there I've just sort of went through the bands since then.
The Boghall credentials probably have trained, helped, support and put forward more children who went on and played drums or pipes over many, many years, and they're all over the world now, some of them. And I suppose if you were to say to a lot of people, what are Boghall and Bathgate famous for? Well, firstly it's their innovative playing, and secondly it's the way they can bring forward the kids, give them something to do, something to enjoy, and be happy with what they're doing apart from anything else. So yeah, their training schedule is wonderful.
My name is William and I play the bagpipes. There was a learner programme happening at the time where people who had no experience with bagpipes at all could learn and play, and my dad decided to let me into the band, and then I'd eventually climb my way up and I'm in Novice B.
My name is Owen Duncan McCready and I am a piper. My brother and sister saw pipers a tattoo and they loved it, and I loved seeing them do it, so I wanted to do it as well. It means that I can have fun and express myself.
The sponsorship is so important to the band.
It allows us to just put a bit more into the teaching and to put a bit more into the products that we're going to get.
Because they're the future of the band. I mean, that's where I started, Novice Juvenile, and there's quite a few guys that's came up through the system. So anyone that comes in like that is just, we're just so gratified about it. Yeah.
Without People's Forward, we couldn't do a lot of the things like running buses and organising trips to Belfast, for example. So the sponsorship means a lot to the band. It's a huge part of what we do here, and without it, we couldn't really do much.
But unfortunately, transport is a big thing because we've got a lot of people who have to transport, and it's a very expensive piece of kit for all the championship events they go to through the year. So they can have at least their mind at rest that sort of thing is going to be contributed to. Yeah.
The band's got a lot of momentum at the moment. Things are going really, really well. So we're just looking to keep pushing ahead, enjoy a positive relationship with People's Forward, and hopefully just keep climbing the table in the Grade 1.
We don't ask them to win anything, we just ask them to go out and participate, bring through the kids, which they do on their training machine. And it's a great relationship, I love it. On a personal basis, I love it very much. And they plainly put in a lot of efforts and energies into their musical skills apart from anything else, from the smallest children all the way through. So it's a great relationship.